time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. The Springfield Greene County Park Board reminding you to go play, and Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service. Call Southwest Missouri's best plumber today for a free estimate. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Good morning. Good morning. Here we are on Tuesday. We're back for more. We were here Monday. We're back for Tuesday, and it's a chilly one this morning.
Oh, no doubt. And wet, too, at least overnight. So hopefully you are careful on the highways and byways. Here is some news for you. We are expecting some wintry weather today, especially depending on where you are. Worse to the north, I think, of Springfield. But school districts, either way, are making some decisions this morning, dark and early. So make sure you check with your school district before you head that way. And then stay tuned for Wake Up Weather with Abby Dyer to see what she is expecting in today's forecast.
Yep.
What and when, right?
Got to do it. It happens this time of year.
Yeah, there you go. Missouri Secretary of State and gubernatorial candidate Jay Ashcroft was the victim of a pretty serious crime, swatting. He and his family were victims of someone calling in a bogus police report. Police arrived in Jefferson City at his home because they thought a shooting had taken place there. But again, it was all bogus. Police responded not knowing the situation. And Ashcroft had to walk out of his house with his hands up before police then realized that it was a hoax. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Also, we know that in these situations, it's very difficult for police to track down and figure out who called in the false alarm.
Yeah, it's a serious deal. It's just happened to a handful of lawmakers now. And it started, I think, with people playing video games and on headsets and getting angry with somebody and then calling in a hostage situation at their house and freaking everybody out.
Well, and in some cases, I know of one in Kansas that turned deadly. There was one in Marshfield that I cannot remember if it turned deadly, but it was very serious because of consequences that followed something that was never even a thing. So,
well, yeah, police are thinking one thing and they respond with that
going in with the mentality.
Yeah,
that someone's. Yep.
It's very, very scary. Okay, we're going to talk about schools a little bit. Will Robertson Elementary School stay open or will it close? The Springfield School Board is expected to make that decision tonight. The school is more than 100 years old. The number of students there attending the school has been declining over recent years. It's down to less than 150 students at this point. The SPS administration has recommended that the board close the school and send those students to Boyd Elementary School, which is just a brand new school, just 2 years old. The school board will hear public comment prior to a vote tonight, and that meeting starts at 5 p.m. And the last time they had a meeting, there were a lot of people who were voicing their opinion, most of them parents of students at Robertson saying, keep it open. So we'll see what happens. And here we are in 2024, which is still weird to say, and federal COVID money is still being given out. Quite a ways from COVID. The Greene County Commission just gave out its latest round of grants, totaling more than $600,000 this time around. Small businesses in Greene County received the cash. The most was a little more than $29,000 given to Limo Land to help them out. Greene County's had more than $4 million. I should say Greene County still has more than $4 million of its roughly $57 million of COVID money to give to businesses that were negatively affected by COVID.
Wow.
A lot more to give out.
Yeah. All right. The Community Blood Center of the Ozarks is now working with a hospital in Kansas. CBCO is now the exclusive provider of blood, plasma, and platelets for Labette Health in Parson, Kansas. The new relationship means CBCO provides blood to 45 hospitals in Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri.
That's great.
And they could always use your help. Yes.
Yeah. It seems like they're always short.
Yeah, we told you about Hula Hands in South Springfield closing its doors. Now the Golden Corral on the north side of town is also following suit, closing its doors for good. The location on North Kansas Expressway in Springfield had a note taped to the door saying that it was no more. thanking customers for 18 years. Now, before everybody freaks out, the one on the south side of town is staying open because we drive by the one on the south side of town
Yes, we do.
more often. And no matter what time you drive by, it's packed.
It's packed.
So,
it's packed all the time. I was blown away when, I'm not on the north side to see that one very often, but I was very shocked that they were shutting down, given the fact that the one on the south side is busy constantly.
Yeah. Well, I have not been to the north side of Houlihan's in a long time, but I was talking about this story just the other day about the one on the south side closing.
Houlihan.
And they said, of Houlihan's.
Yeah.
And the opposite of that. They said that the north side of Houlihan is always packed and the south side one never was. And
yeah, it's interesting.
I know
how that would be. But it is. That's the case.
So, there you go for Golden Corral. And now to this. Branson just got a new sandwich shop as well. So this is a new business opening there. It's called Mythical Witch. Sort of like sandwich, like WICH, Mythical Witch.
But it sounds like witch, the other kind of witch.
Right. It's weird. It offers sandwiches and all-day breakfast. The owners of the new place also own Gettin' Basted in Nixa and in Branson.
Okay. Who doesn't love
kind of like
sandwich?
Witch, Witch, I don't know. Mythical Witch.
We were in
we'll see how that goes.
Where were we? We were in Colorado, I guess, or maybe Kansas City driving through. But you were explaining to the kids the witch and how how it's different. It's the same word, but it's different spelling, different meaning, and blah, blah, blah.
Thank you, English language. There are lots of those.
There are lots of those. Yeah, it's a tough one to learn. I'm still learning. AI creators are the target of another lawsuit now, this time from the writers of nonfiction. They claim that OpenAI and Microsoft stole their intellectual property without permission to train their AI systems on history and other things. The writers are seeking up to $150,000 per infringed work. So that could add up very quickly. We told you weeks ago that the New York Times is suing AI makers for the exact same thing, because AI, to begin with, doesn't know anything. You have to put the info into it so that it learns it. And where do you get that info? Well, apparently from, according to this lawsuit anyway.
From humans that have actually written about said events.
Right. They studied, they did the research and did all the work and expect to be paid for that work. And newspapers, the New York Times, who keeps up to date on what's happening in the world. So, interesting.
We're teaching robots to be smarter than us. It's a problem.
It's all falling apart.
It's all falling apart. It's a problem.
Yeah. People of St. Louis, meanwhile, will get to vote on how to spend $250 million from a settlement with the team's former football team. Or with the city's former football team. The Rams left St. Louis for Los Angeles, as you'll recall, back in 2016. The city, then the county, and the St. Louis Sports Authority sued, claiming the NFL knew in 2013 that the Rams planned to relocate, but lied in denying that, and that the league ignored its own relocation guidelines in allowing the move. So the NFL and the team settled. St. Louis County is getting an additional $169 million, and the Sports Authority is getting $70 million in that settlement. But what the story is now is that the city of St. Louis, the city government, is asking the people of the city of St. Louis, how should we spend that $250 million that's coming in from Kroenke and company?
All right. Finally, speaking of sports, the Tournament of Champions is in town in Springfield Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Super exciting. It's always a good time. Happening at the Great Southern Bank Arena in Springfield at MSU's campus. This is the 39th year for that tournament, and it always brings some of the best in high school basketball to the area.
Yeah.
Teams very good, individual players very good, and they will be featuring teams from California, Georgia, Washington, Virginia, a couple from Springfield, really all over the map. They are going for the top ones. So that's
it's always so much fun to watch those games and see the level of talent involved on those teams. I mean, a lot of them are basketball factories. They
Right.
recruit and they bring in players, but whatever. They're really good players, and it's fun to watch. I'm still looking for tickets for Friday night. If anybody has any, I told you yesterday to send me a message on Facebook, but then I didn't check my messages on Facebook today. So
Yeah,
sorry.
you're
Or yesterday.
not good at that.
Yeah, but I will try to do that today.
Yes, but I still love you, but you're not good at checking messages. That's all. Okay. Speaking of tickets, we want to tell you about a contest happening right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Go to the website, aroundtheozarks.com, click on the word contest, and you can enter to win Kansas City Chiefs tickets to the wild card game.
Yeah.
So
that's a big deal.
You can go for free, people, for free,
right?
Which would be awesome. So
And a
check
lot
it
better
out.
odds than the lottery. I'll tell you that much.
Way better odds than the lottery. Yes. Yes.
I would enter to win if I could, but they told me I was not allowed to.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be
I
funny
know.
if we
Sometimes there
pulled our
are
own
like
name?
contests that I really want to take part in, and I can't. At aroundtheozarks.com, also like at radio stations that I've done news for, I'm like, but I want to be a part of this, and I
Right.
can't. It's such
Apparently,
a
they
bummer.
think it would look fishy if you and I won.
But would
be
it? I mean,
great.
it's a random drawing, you know? I was also, as you know, I've applied to be on Survivor 4 times. And I used to worry about, like, when I was in television, like, oh no, what if Survivor calls me and then I have like this conflict because I'm in television, actually on a different network. At
Different
the time,
network
too.
is the key there.
Whew.
But
You know what?
alas,
Survivor never called. They never called. Even though I have an interesting story. I have
Yeah.
a million siblings.
Yeah. And
Some people think it's cool that I was raised in Oklahoma, Cherokee Nation, Indian reservation. People think that's cool. I've had people ask me before if I was raised in a teepee. The answer is no, but it's still a fascinating question for purposes of the show. But they don't care.
And your submission videos were shot really, really well. I'll tell you that.
Thank you, Ethan, for that. And I met Mark Batterson one time. And we have a really weird last name. So I felt like, listen, remember this last name.
You're the wrong guy. You said the wrong guy.
Mark Batterson. Oh, he's
That's
my favorite author. Sorry. Mark, Roma Downey, Mark Burnett.
Yeah. The creator of Survivor.
I thought, what are the odds that I would get to meet Mark Burnett? You know what I mean? Not many people get to do that. And I got chosen to interview him. So then I felt like while I had his ear, I was like, listen, you just need to know that I've sent 4 resume tapes to Survivor. This is my last name. And he just looked at me like I was crazy.
And still nothing. Yeah.
Still nothing. Anyway, where were you going with that? Oh, the contest. Yeah. So Ethan and I are not entering, but you can enter right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Get on it.
Yeah, and I mean, check their daily because they have great contests. We give away a lot of really good stuff around the Ozarks. You can also check out the other podcasts there. We have sports podcasts. We have radio history podcasts. We have what else?
Abby
we have?
Dyer.
Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather, which is important this morning to pay attention to. Lots of podcasts, and we're adding more all the time. So check it out.
Yeah. All right, that's it. There was my soapbox. I didn't even know that I was going to get on it, but I'm off it now.
The best part. That's the best part. All right. Have a great Tuesday and stay safe out on the roads. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.
Bye.